You cannot miss what you've never seen before. Deep inside, you know there must be more. Hello, KendallCast listeners. I'm Kendall, and this is a very special presentation of what we are calling Stars and Wars, a role-playing hack of lasers and feelings based loosely on several Star Wars stories that I didn't like and some non-Star Wars stories that I've been thinking about a lot lately. And I'm Kendall, and we've got three. I'm going to be the game master. This is an actual play podcast, so we got a whole new potential audience of people that listen to actual play podcasts. And with me, we've got several people that if you listen to any of my other stuff, you probably recognize their voices. We got Matt, aka Lieutenant Fop.
Yes.
Yes, we've got Jordan.
I don't know if we're already in character, but I'm here on this prison barge. Not my first assignment, but you know we've got to make do with what we have, and Empire wasn't built in a day. You know.
That is a good British accent. We've got Jordan, aka Levi.
Hi, I was not expecting to be in character right away, so we'll just pretend I'm mopping.
and Batmouse, aka BM.
Hey, howdy, hey y'all. I believe I was wrongfully imprisoned. Is what I'm gonna say. Sir.
Okay. And just for background, I'm actually curious, Levi, why are you in this prison?
Well, actually, I'm not too sure. I was cleaning up some international or interspatial gas station, and then there was a lot of noises, and then the Empire showed up, and they arrested me.
Sounds about right. So yes, we are playing a role-playing hack of Lasers and Feelings. Lasers and Feelings is a very basic role-playing game, and I've sort of adopted the rules based on me listening to podcasts where people play the game. I've never actually read the rules, but I wrote my own set of rules here. So it's built around characters with one stat, uses some D6s to determine success and failure of everything. Each character picks a number between 2 and 5. Then every action they make falls either under the category of stars, which is like naive, nice, charismatic, kind of like driven by your heart, optimistic, the world is good kind of thing, or wars, which is like cynical, mean, cold, calculating, like with your brain, logical, pessimistic kind of stuff. Stars and Wars is going to be at the discretion of the game master, and to succeed at an action, you either have to roll above for a stars action or below for a wars action of your number to succeed. That'll make a lot of sense. That'll make more sense as we go. Luckily, as a listener, you don't have to understand the rules. You can just go with it, and eventually you'll get it enough. Sometimes
just to be clear,
multiple dice.
When we're doing stars, we're trying to roll under our number, and stars is the feeling. So stars is over the number, above. And wars is under. Okay.
I hope that's what I said.
Stars is above.
Above
wars is below.
Is stars. Wars is below, because the stars are
stars
above.
That's easy to remember. Yeah. Stars is above. Great.
All right.
We can call.
And then there's going to be situations. There's going to be situations where I have depending on the difficulty and the context of the situation, where I have the player roll multiple dice, and the number of successes will determine what happens. Also, if you roll exactly your number, then you feel the force. You can either take a superhuman action or ask the GM a question about the situation that you're in. Is everybody ready to dive in? You can ask questions as things go, and we're just going to go with it. All right. Today's story takes place on Mahdi's Legacy, a prison facility that orbits the scarred planet of Scarif. Uninhabitable after the battle between the Empire and the Rebellion. The first Death Star may have been destroyed, but the galactic civil war rages on and the galaxy is in chaos. You'll notice that I mentioned Scarif, so that does mean that this is more or less, if this is connected to a continuity, it's connected to the new canon Disney continuity. But it doesn't matter. But if it matters, then that's what is the thing. If it matters to you. So if you hate Disney, if you are boycotting all Disney Star Wars content, then feel free to turn it off.
Then stop listening.
Then stop listening. But
bye.
Bye, Miles. Sorry, I'm sure you were listening already. Yeah.
But shots fired. Shots fired. The question is, will I like bleep that name out? Anyway. Anyway, so we open in a cafeteria because one of our players was going to be a cafeteria worker and he is not here, but that's okay. Hopefully I can adjust the script appropriately. We open in the cafeteria. Dozens of criminals are seated and eating their dinner of artificial Nerf surprise. A few prisoners had enough in their canteen funds to get a bottle of Tatooine mountain water, but most are drinking a sort of lukewarm, chemically sweet brown water nicknamed Mahdi oil. The only entrance to the cafeteria is guarded by 2 armed stormtroopers and an independent contractor wearing Mandalorian armor. We'll skip the bit in the kitchen. Some stuff happens in the kitchen off screen. You hear some weird noises. Anyway, let's see. Okay. So Lieutenant Fop is leading Levi and BM into the cafeteria. They're kind of late for dinner because they were finishing a major janitorial job. Jordan, what was going on at that janitorial job? What were you cleaning up?
Well, someone tried to sneak in a different type of liquor that was not what the others were expecting. So you know how sometimes the guards will let some stuff through.
Mm-hmm.
This was one of the things they didn't want through, and so they kind of accosted them, and it got spilled everywhere.
Okay.
So someone has to sop it up before anyone tries to get it otherwise.
To drink it.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Even from the broken bottles and glass. We don't want anyone cutting up their tongues.
Kendall here after the fact, just as an aside. We spoke earlier and Levi is sort of the fixer. If you want or need something, they're the one to talk to. They're like Red from Shawshank Redemption mixed with Finn because, they do janitorial work. As you guys are coming in, do you guys like find what do you think? Do you guys like find a seat or do you go to try to get some food from the food place? What do you guys do?
Will I drop off these prisoners? Am I expected to eat with them as well, or do I not have a special? Is there not another room where the Imperial officers will be?
So I would say you as an officer probably would have the opportunity. Yeah, you probably have other ways of getting food if you want, unless you're like wanting to be the kind of officer that that eats what the prisoners eats or eats.
Oh, I'm definitely not that kind of officer. No, I definitely want as much separation between me and these scoundrels, I suppose. Yes, as possible. And it already feels like this being on this ship alone is beneath me, or it's a station, right? Said it was orbiting. This is
right. Yeah.
This is a station.
Yeah. It's like it's sort of
Officer Fop thinks he's better than us. He ain't nothing better than us. He's stuck out here with us anyway.
That's the truth. You hear some in the kitchen. You can kind of overhear. I wasn't even supposed to come in today. I already took my. I already was. He called off. Why are you getting on me for being late? He called off. You guys called me in. I'm doing you a favor. I stopped watching my favorite holodrama. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Dante?
Would that be a Wilhelm scream?
It was, in fact, a Wilhelm scream.
But it was a Dan scream.
You hear you hear someone that somehow his name is Dan, is in the kitchen and has gotten into a sort of kerfuffle. Meanwhile, you guys, so Levi, what are you doing as soon as you get into the cafeteria?
I mean, it sounds like there's a mess in the kitchen. I'm gonna go to the door and listen just real quick to see if there's still any like noise going on, or like still fighting going on, or things are quiet.
Okay. So you don't hear any more yelling. You kind of hear like just some sort of like random like noises, like things are like banging around, like somebody might be like moving things around on tables or something. Like it's a little bit chaotic, but not like manic, it could be. Well, why don't you make a roll for that? So
Okay.
you are listening, that and you're trying to get a feel for the situation. That feels like a stars. So roll for stars.
Okay. I got a 3.
Got a 3, so that is going to be a fail. So you don't notice anything suspicious at all.
Okay. Well, it's still rude to just push your way in, so I'm gonna knock on the door.
Especially as a prisoner.
Yay! Hey, there's guards with guns. You don't want to surprise them.
Sir, he's a prisoner plus. He's a prisoner plus.
Right.
He's subscribed to the premium plan.
So yeah, I'm gonna try knocking on the door and very loudly, just so because I'm not like being.
You're not trying to be hiding. You're just trying to.
Yeah, I'm gonna knock on the door and go, housekeeping. You need some help in there?
Okay. So there's no answer to the door, but you do get the attention of one of the stormtroopers. Hey, inmate, what are you doing over there?
Oh, sounds like there's a mess in there, and I'm just checking to see if they need a hand.
Okay, well I'll go check on them. You just worry about getting your food. I don't want anybody complaining about us denying inmates food. I already got written up 6 times this week. And only 5 of them were legitimate.
Hey, that's good for this week.
So the stormtrooper kind of shoves you off to the side and goes in the door, closes it, and locks it behind him.
Okay.
BM, what are you doing?
Well, I was gonna follow Levi around, but there was an unattended snack station over to the side. I figure I mosey on over there.
Okay.
See what I could lift and maybe put away for a little bit later on.
Okay. Yeah. So the guard that stormtrooper guard had been in charge of guarding the snacks. Because this is kind of a minimum security Imperial prison. If you haven't noticed, like we're a little more lax than maybe some of the other incarnations. So you see some like space Fritos and some like bottom ramen. They don't have the top ramen, just the bottom ramen.
The bottom cup,
yeah. And so you can probably well, why don't you make a stars roll to see how successful you are in snatching those. Do two dice, because you're this is what you do. This is kind of your thing.
2 and a 2.
2 and a 2. So you failed both times. So you you get the attention of the the Mandalorian, because he was kind of keeping an eye out on there, and you didn't notice. He says, "Hey, inmate, put those back," and then he hits you with a baton. So Batmouse gets handcuffed to a table, and the Mandalorian grabs a tray from another inmate and just hands it and gives it. It's like half eaten, and gives it to Batmouse. The inmate is like, "Hey," he says, "You got enough, you fatty."
Aw. Not that I say that out loud.
So Batmouse reaches for snacks. The Boba Fett, not Boba Fett, slaps his hand out of it, handcuffs him to a table, and then gives him someone else's food.
Gives him someone else's food. Yep.
I don't even like this food.
So do I witness this, or have I been ushered off into the officers'
No,
lounge?
you're here. You're definitely here. I'd say you are. I'd say that you are. Your lunch break is later. If you're not eating with them, your lunch break is later. So you're here, kind of helping with the guards.
Okay, so I assume that the snack plate is for me then. I can go over and take whatever.
It's like a canteen. It's like the canteen. Like these are for purchase with canteen funds.
Oh, I see.
But I mean, but also you're the highest ranking Imperial here, so
they're all your funds.
You can make a roll. You can make a roll if you want to. I think it would probably be a wars roll because you'd be pulling rank if you want to get some snacks.
Yeah. No, I want to maintain the decorum expected of me, so I will just simply nod at the bounty hunter that we're required to have because of. Well, I'm not really sure why we're required to have a bounty hunter here. I guess it's the
short staff.
Yeah, the Empire has its needs flung far across the galaxy. We can't staff a minimum security prison using only stormtroopers nowadays.
Right. Yeah. This is
with the loss of the Death Star and all, and the restructuring of the Imperial military, what have you.
Exactly.
So, yep.
All right. So back to well, first of all, I'll let Batmouse have a response to being handcuffed to a table if he's here.
I am here. I hope I'm here.
Yeah, you're coming through.
Now I'm handcuffed to a table. You took away my bottom ramen. What kind of prison ship is this? This slop? This?
Okay,
you talk to Levi
point,
a little bit.
At this point,
it's a prison ship, my good man. You are in prison.
I try to knock the plate away onto the trooper.
Okay. Make a stars roll.
1, 2. I'm handcuffed, by the way.
Okay. Just one. Yeah, just one. I think you're not you're not like bound like your hands together. You're just kind of like hooked to the table.
4.
Okay. So you get to use the force.
No, he's a 3, remember?
I'm a 3 now.
Oh, you're a 3. No. Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
it's just a success.
Sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing. Yeah. So it's a success. Okay. So you successfully hit the Mandalorian with your food. He turns to you, but he notices, but he doesn't. When he, instead of responding directly to you, he notices that the guy that he took the plate from, that was like the food was half eaten, has kind of keeled over and passed out, and starts to attend to that guy. And then
that's a good move.
And then so we'll go back to Levi. Right now you've been shoved away from the door.
as I was being shoved away, did I notice the one prisoner falling unconscious?
You can make a roll to see what you notice. Just
Okay.
just do a it should be whatever the other one was. Yeah, you're just getting a feel for it. So yeah, do a stars roll.
Okay. I got a 4.
Okay. You definitely okay, yeah. So first of all, that's either
So
a
he feels the
success and I can
force.
tell you what happens, or you feel the force.
So
So you can do something supernatural. So do you want me to just give you like
do
more
I get
maybe
like a
more
hunch
detail?
of something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a hunch. Okay. You notice that everyone who's eating looks a little under the weather, and there's about 3 or 4 people who have passed out. But
Oh.
the people who haven't eaten anything yet look fine, considering it is a prison ship, so some people look a little rough. But yeah, the people who are eating
Oh no.
have started to kind of kind of look like they're in pretty rough shape.
Okay. Well, this isn't good. I'm gonna head over to Batmouse, and I'm gonna try picking the binder, or like undoing the binder. I probably don't have a key, but I probably know a way to pop it open.
Okay.
I mean,
So
there's still probably a chance it's not going to work, but
that is okay.
I have
So that's
I
gonna
have a
be-
feeling him being tied to a chair is not a good idea.
Mhm. So that's going to be a wars roll, because it's
Okay.
like you're using your tinkering skills.
Okay.
And I would say do 2d6 on that.
Okay. I got a 3 and a 1.
A 3 and
So
a
it's
1, so that is
4 total.
so you don't add them up. It's each
Yeah, I
individual.
didn't
So
think
your
so.
number is 4. You wanted to be below, so you succeeded on both.
Yay.
So you managed to unhook his binders, and the reason that you're able to do this is that Matt, roll me a luck roll.
Just a
Just a
1d6.
just a flat d6, just for luck, just to see how
4.
lucky you are. 4. Okay, you're lucky enough that they don't attack you first.
Okay.
So the reason that the Imperials don't notice you picking the lock is that the fat guy that they took the meal from has stood up and lunged at the guy in the Mandalorian armor, and is making kind of like growly noises. He's
Oh no.
Like,
and you can see that he's kind
like
of
zombie
bite.
noises?
He's trying to bite. Yes, that is where we're going.
One in our universe might colloquially describe as zombie noises.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And he is
Space
trying to-
walkers.
Not trying to metagame here at all. Just trying to be descriptive. That's all.
Yes. He's going and kind of trying to snap at. Somehow he's found the one spot on the, because this is kind of a crappy Mandalorian. He's got a helmet and he's got like other gear on, but you can actually see his exposed neck, which does get bitten.
So they've gone feral.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh no.
All right. BM, let's go to you. Or Lieutenant Fop. I guess we haven't done much with you.
Well, I see this. I assume the Mandalorian snaps into action or something? But I'm gonna wait to see if he can handle it, and if it seems like he can, I'm just gonna call one of the other guards to go and pull him up,
Okay.
pull that guy off of him. But this Mandalorian
so
was sent to
you do
us
hear-
because he has a particular set of skills, so I assume that he should be able to handle a hungry inmate.
He says, "You bit me, you jerk, filthy," and he's like trying to, but he is He is like almost getting this guy off, and then another one who smells the blood jumps. Another one of the people who've passed out jumps on him, and then you guys notice that about pretty much everybody in the room is either gone down or waking up with let me see. I think I wrote out a description of how they look. They've got dead eyes and they're moaning and groaning. Like you can tell something's wrong. But the only one,
like
the only
one
person
that
they've attacked, the only person that they've attacked so far is the Mandalorian. So Fop, you're gonna tell them. Are you gonna tell the other stormtrooper?
I'm gonna sick the stormtroopers on him. Tell him
okay.
Tell him to.
One of the stormtroopers is in the cafe, is in the kitchen. So you're sending the other one after him. Okay.
No, I said I call both of them. I can see that something's happening, and tell them to like.
Okay, so you like radio the one in the kitchen because he's not in the same room.
Oh, okay, yeah. I say we have a
Okay.
situation here we're in the canteen. Send
reach
back
for your comlink?
Yeah, I'll reach for my comlink.
Oh, you rated for backup. Okay, that's smart.
Yeah,
that makes sense. You hear there's a klaxon. Initiating lockdown. And the blast doors close on the entrance to the cafeteria. The other stormtrooper draws his blaster and just starts shooting the guys. The
zombie inmates.
Eventually, the zombie inmates. Eventually, enough of them have kind of been cleared from the Mandalorian guy that they don't seem interested in him anymore, but he collapses. All right. BM, what do you do?
First I grab Levi. We gonna get the heck out of here. We're gonna try and dive, get past the stormtrooper and head to the kitchen.
Okay.
In through the kitchen. Black doors are closed outside. Let's get into the kitchen.
Okay.
Okay. Good idea. I'm going along with this.
Okay. So the kitchen door is locked, but it's not but it isn't like blast doors shut. It's just regular locked. So what do you guys do?
There's a whole lot of noise behind me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to see if there's a cutout for the kitchen that I can potentially dive through.
I was going to ask if I have a key ring.
Yeah, there has to be, doesn't there? Yes. There is like a cutout. It's like it's like a cafeteria. So yeah, you could probably climb over the sneeze guard.
I'm going to try to do that first.
Okay.
Wait, real quick. I can't remember. We probably said this. Everyone's human.
Yeah,
all three of us are human.
Yeah, I didn't think I was.
We said this earlier, and I can't remember. But okay. But Batmouse is a Batmouse-sized human, I assume. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Which for listeners that means like kind of short and stocky, but yeah. So just to give you a feel. Okay. Yeah. So make a let's say 2d6, and this will be stars.
3 and a 6.
All right, 3 and a 6. So you've succeeded, and you can feel the force. So how do you want to use your force powers, or what do you want to do with the force?
I've got Levi in tow. I grab Levi. I dive through the window.
Okay.
And as I go through, somehow I flip the shutters shut behind us.
Okay. Levi, do you let him do that?
Yeah, and I'll help him try and close the shutters too.
Okay. So you get into the kitchen, and you see 5 custodial workers, and they are standing up. Their faces are kind of gray. They're kind of groaning, and you realize that the cafeteria,
The kitchen.
that the cafeteria staff eats the same thing as the inmates.
You cannot miss.
Well, I don't know how our heroes are going to get out of this one, but we'll see on the next installment of Stars and Wars. Thanks for listening.
You cannot miss what you've never seen before. Deep inside you know there must be more. As I left, no one tried to stop me. So I learned I was always as free as I wanted to be. Always as free as a bird. I was always as free as I wanted to be. Just too scared to see who I could be.
This podcast is a production of the KendallCast Podcast Network. You can support the show for just $2 a month at patreon.com/KendallCast or make a direct donation through the PayPal link at kendallcast.ninja. Every little bit helps.